Hello friends, in today's lecture we are going to study Government of India Act 1909, what it says. So let's have a brief look. It is Indian Councils Act of 1909, one of the most important act which brought separate electorate and which changed the entire spectre of Indian socio-religious sector differently, which got culminated into the form of partition of India into two separate nations of India and Pakistan. So what this act says, we will have a look at the important provisions. See, the Act of 1909 is also called as Morley-Minto Reform. This name is important. You must remember this name. Lord Morley was Secretary of State for India, whereas Lord Minto was Viceroy of India. Lord Morley was Secretary of State for India. Lord Minto was Viceroy of India. The most important recommendation of this act was it increased the size of legislative council for both central legislative council as well as provincial legislative council. We are seeing through previous all such acts, once the legislative council came into existence, its size has been increasing over a time period gradually. This increase in the size of legislative council reflects the increased representation or increased association of Indians with Indian administration continuously. So when you are going to write how Indians were associated or how we got representative government of India through British rule, so you have to keep in mind the increase in the size of legislative council and increased association of non-official members in legislative councils of Viceroy was indicative of increased representation of Indians into the British government and administration. So another important milestone of this act was it increased the size of legislative councils both at central as well as provincial level. The size of legislative council at central level increased from 16 to 60. Whereas the size of provincial legislative council was not uniform, but the only thing was size of provincial legislative council was expanded and more members of the Indian non-official members who were Indians were attached with the provincial legislative council as well as central legislative council. But the only thing was that this act said in central legislative council official majority should be retained. It means in central legislative council there should be more number of Britishers than the Indians. So I repeat once again, this act said in central legislative council official majority should be retained. It means Indian Britishers should be more in number than Indians in these central legislative council. Also it said that in provincial legislative council they allowed to have non-official majorities. It means in certain provincial legislative councils Indians could be in majority over Britishers. So this was important development. I repeat once again, in central legislative council official majority retained. It means this number of British members of legislative council was more than the numbers of Indian legislative council. Whereas in provincial legislative council they allowed to have non-official majority, which means in certain provinces in their legislative council this number of Indian members was more than the number of British members. This was the most important development of the Indian Council Act of 1909. The next important development was it enlarged or it increased the deliberative functions of legislative council. What is meaning of deliberative functions? The functions related to discussion of various important matters related to laws, related to policies, programs, schemes and budget. So the functions related to discussions were increased in legislative council. See, here I am not talking about the functions related to voting. Here I am talking about the functions related to discussion on various important matter. This is the most important function of any legislative body, to deliberate, to discuss on various important matters which are important for that legislative council. So here you have to keep in mind the deliberative functions of legislative council were increased. What were the important functions? Were to ask supplementary questions, to move resolution. So these were important function, along with other functions were increased in this legislative council. Another important point was, for the first time Indians were associated with executive council. Till now we were seeing that viceroy were nominating Indians to legislative council, but here for the first time Indians were associated with executive councils of viceroy. One important name in this regard was Satyendra Prasad Sinha. Remember this name. Satyendra Prasad Sinha was the first Indian to join Viceroy's Executive Council, and he joined Viceroy's Executive Council as a law member. I repeat once again, Satyendra Prasad Sinha was the first Indian to join Viceroy's Executive Council, and he joined Viceroy's Executive Council as a law member. Another important thing was, this act introduced a system of communal representation for Muslims. I repeat once again, this act introduced a system of communal representation for Muslims in elections. It means there shall be a separate electorate for Muslim. What it means? It means Muslim members shall be voted by Muslim voters only. There won't be joint electorate. There shall be a separate electorate for Muslims, wherein members in legislative council, Muslim members in legislative council shall be elected by Muslim voter. This was the start of communalism. I repeat once again, this was the most negative aspect of this act, which introduced a system of communal representation for Muslims. It sowed the seeds of communalization in India. It introduced a separate electorate. There was no joint electorate was there. The meaning of separate electorate is that Muslim members were to be elected only by Muslim voters. It is said that this act legalized communalism in India. I repeat once again, you can put this thing while writing answer in UPSC mains. This can be your introduction. I repeat once again, Indian Council Act of 1909, it legalized communalism in India, and Lord Minto is famously called as father of communal electorate. He is degraded as a father of communal electorate. I repeat once again, Lord Minto is very infamously called as father of communal electorate. Another important thing was that it provided separate representation for various groups. Their various groups were presidency corporations like chambers of commerce, universities and zamindars. They were given representation on the legislative councils of the viceroy. So this was the point to be remembered, that various separate representation was given to various important pressure groups and groups in this particular act. So keep watching the videos, keep sharing the videos. Thank you very much. Have a good day.